good. As good as I can, given the circumstance. But yeah, again, I, in my head, I'm not missing the biggest game of my life. So yeah, we'll see how it feels today when I go out there. But we're having really big strides in the right direction, Nick and I. So I'm looking forward to getting out there with the squad today.
Gary, go ahead.
Hey, CJ, congrats. Yeah, let's all hope you play. Are you guys on total lockdown, or are you able to get out and get out? If you are, where would you want to go? Like the Clippers game, where would you get a taste of LA and just get some real folks?
Wait, hold up. You're kind of cutting in. I don't know if it's my connection or what. You were kind of cutting in. I did hear you say, "Are we on lockdown?" And can you get out? But what else were you saying?
Yeah, and if you can get out, I mean, where would you want to go to, get away from the grind and just focus on this game, Lakers Clippers game, to the beach, or whatever.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not. I'm not like we do have time. I went out to get dinner yesterday and the day before. But yeah, I don't know. Like this isn't. I'm not trying to go out and do this or that or the other. Like I'll get some good food. I know the food out here is really good. There's some really good restaurants. But again, this is a business trip. Like I can come out here after the season and go hit the beach, go hit a basketball game, go surf, go do whatever. So my main focus is I'll go out, I'll get some dinner, get some food, walk around just to get out of the room. But other than that, I'm chilling. I'm not focused on anything, on any of the lights or any of that.
Susie, go ahead.
Hey, CJ, it's tough for us to not actually ever get to see you guys in person. Can you kind of take us behind the scenes a little bit? Since you're a tone setter, how would you describe just the mood of the team, whether it's at practice or in team meetings? What's it been like?
Tone setter, love that. By the way, I smiled. That's awesome.
There,
I appreciate that. No, I think again, I've said it. I've heard a few of the other guys say it. This is to us. This is another week, and we're treating it as another week, another football game, another opportunity to go out and put our best foot forward and win. And it's just on a grander scale. So, meetings that we haven't been more or less locked in. We've been the same. It's been the same. We're trying to do what we do, and what we've done has gotten us to this point, right? So, yeah, I think it's different, right? You're in a different spot for longer. You're in a different place. You're thrown off. In terms of I'm not going home, I'm going to a hotel room for the next couple of days. But the schedule wise, we're treating it the same. We're keeping it the same, and so yeah, I think it's the same. Like everything in the locker room has remained constant and consistent, and that's what you want. That's what you want going into a big game. You don't want there to be nerves or jitters or a level of it's a roller coaster ride where one day everyone's hyped up, the next day it's kind of like, oh wait, what just happened to that energy? It's constant, which I love.
Mike, go ahead.
Hey, CJ, it's Mike Petralia. How are you doing?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I wanted to ask you about maybe the renaissance, if you'll call it that, if you'll indulge me, of the tight end in the NFL. George Kittle, Travis Kelce, obviously Gronk. Are you enjoying it as somebody who plays the position himself? Are you enjoying the attention the tight end position is getting?
I mean, duh. Like, are you kidding? Like, that's it's yeah. You guys can't see this room for sure, but like, there's different people at different areas right now. Like, I'm looking at Kevin. Kevin was the first person I yelled. If punter's got as much recognition as we're getting right now, Kevin would be the happiest. I have a smile on my face all the time just because everyone's like, oh, the tight end, the tight end. Like everyone's talking about the tight end, and we get to play the game we love and things like that. And I'm just like, yeah, it's amazing. Are you kidding? Yeah, no, I'm juiced. I'm jacked. I think guys like you mentioned and guys that came before him. I mean, they're kind of revolutionizing the position, right? They're and I'm wanting to be amongst those names, and yeah, it's of course. Are you kidding? I love that. Put all the attention on the tight ends.
Kelsey, go ahead.
Hey CJ, how you doing?
I'm doing phenomenal. How are you?
Good. I wanted to ask you not about being a tight end or the offense. I actually wanted to get your perspective on the defense. You've seen this defense. You've seen a front row view of how this defense has evolved. So I just want to ask you, what do you think, from your perspective, has been the biggest reason why the team has taken the jump in the way that they have, and for you to kind of see this unit go from being one of the worst in the league last year to one of the best? How has that been for you to see all of that?
How's it been? It's been don't cuss. It's been dope. It's been a side. I mean, it's huge for us as an offense, right? That you know we expect and we know that in a tight situation, if we're behind in the game, we're not out of the game because we know our defense is going to step up, make stops, get us the ball back, and we're going to be able to go out there and score. So, it's been nice. That cussing stuff right now. It's been really nice, honestly. But I mean, the growth, just seeing again, like I get the pleasure of talking about the offense. People come to me and they're asking questions about the offense, and I love that. But watching the chemistry and seeing the chemistry and seeing the bond that the defense has is it's incredible. And it starts with your leaders, obviously. We got Jesse and Vaughn and Trey and Sam and Logan. I could literally name every single player right now, but they're just a bunch of dogs. Like every single one of them is a dog, and they're playing for one another. They know where one another's going to be within the scheme that they're playing, and it's fun. It's fun to watch them those boys ball out.
Jay, go ahead.
Hey, CJ, assuming you haven't suppressed this memory, I'm just wondering if you could let us know what that ride off the field in the cart was in the AFC Championship game. What were you thinking? What were you feeling? How difficult of a moment was that for you?
Yeah, I mean, I can't not cuss at this one. I was thinking, shit, I'm not going to be able to play for the rest of this game and possibly the Super Bowl. So this sucks. That's why I was crying. That's why the emotions were kind of coming out of me, just because. I mean, obviously, yeah, it hurt like anything, but I was just bummed that I wasn't. There was a possibility that I wasn't going to be able to, play, and that I might need surgery, and all the things that come with that. So yeah, that's pretty much the emotion that immediately overcame me, and yeah.
Jack, go ahead.
How's it going, CJ?
It's going great. Yeah, thank you guys for asking me how I'm doing. By the way, I'm doing phenomenal. This weather, great. Hopped off the plane, weather, great. Wake up every day, weather, great. Thank you guys. I'm phenomenal.
Of course. So one of the great all-time Bengal players, Chad Ochocinco, had a ritual of eating McDonald's before games, before workouts. Have you guys carried on this tradition, and do you guys eat a lot of McDonald's as a team? And if so, what are your favorite menu items?
You know what's actually crazy is before the Raiders game, I did eat McDonald's. I had a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle. That's my go-to if I'm getting breakfast. A sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle. I don't think I was English. Sausage, egg, and cheese at McGriddle with a hash brown and an orange juice. But I'm not a huge McDonald's guy. I'll eat McChickens like it's my job. And a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle, but that's about it. So I don't know how many other guys. That's a fun question. I don't know how many other guys. I'll take a poll for you, and I'll report back on Twitter how many guys eat McDonald's on like a weekly basis. Just to give you those numbers.
Alvaro, go ahead.
Hi, CJ. I hope you're having a great day. This is Alvaro Torres with the Soners, a Latin American network. Well, this is just kind of funny question. Do you know where your leg brace is after you threw it away, and are you planning on keeping it as a souvenir or for it to be kept in the building?
That is a fun question. Yeah, that was kind of a prop leg brace too. It wasn't the leg brace that I've been wearing around the most, but shoot, yeah, it's kind of like it's. At least around the city, it's kind of famous right now. So shoot, I might need to like sign it, put it up in the training room. especially when I play in the Super Bowl right now, we sign it, put it up, keep it as memorabilia or something. That's I haven't thought about that, so I appreciate that question. I'll make sure Nick and the boys do something and we keep that for sure.
Aditi, go ahead.
Hey, CJ, let's go back to what you were saying about keeping everything consistent and constant. Zach Taylor has said that that's been the single most important thing through 3 years. So when you were losing, was it difficult to buy into that idea? How did you know that this process worked when you weren't seeing the results of winning?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, everything is easier when you win. It's easier to buy into the culture. It's easier to buy into what coaches are saying. It's easier to buy into everything. But I think the main thing is, you know, you could see glimpses, right? I don't know why I'm using this metaphor, but it's the only one that's coming to mind right now. Like when you go out and you golf and you hit one good swing, and you're like, wow, I figured it out. Like this is great. It's enough to keep you coming back for more. And I think that's kind of what I saw. I immediately loved Coach and the coaching staff and everything that they were saying and what they were preaching and how they were treating us and what they expected out of us. It was. It was refreshing. It was something new. It was something, hey, like I can get behind this guy. He's going to fight for me. I want to fight for him, and we're going to get the pieces. It's not going to happen overnight. It rarely does. But and then you slowly start to see it. You slowly start to see the players that are coming in. You slowly start to see the results. And then when it clicks like it has this year, it clicks and everyone's like, this is what, I mean, for me, I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for. This is why I came here. I re-signed here. I trusted him and trusted the process. And obviously it's paid huge dividends for us.
Darwin, go ahead.
Hey, CJ. Hope you're doing well. You're obviously taking an optimistic tone about playing in the Super Bowl. Is there something about speaking it into existence? And does that message you're giving, does that help when you're, trying to get back to full strength?
Yeah, I think so. I'm a huge visualization person. I've been that way for a little bit now. I think so. I think if you have positive thoughts, I mean, there's like a lot of studies on just like positive thoughts, positive speaking, positive thoughts into yourself and hearing it from other people. And yeah, I think if I came out and I was like, oh man, like this hurts, then it'd be like, all right, well, I'm going to focus on the hurt as opposed to, oh man, this is a great opportunity for me to push past this right now and really push the limit of my pain threshold. Then I'm like, oh, nice. All right, cool. Like I'm tough. Like I'm strong. Like that's kind of, how it goes, how my mind works. And yeah, I think there's something to be said about positive thinking, positive self-talk and speaking things into existence.
Hey, Julian, go ahead.
Hey, CJ, congrats on making the Super Bowl. Seems like you'll be good to go, which is great news. And with you being a security blanket for Joe Burrow, you've had a great season. Can you explain your relationship with Burrow and what he's meant to the whole team?
I gotta say, I like this is real quick. This is a weird setup that we got going, right? Like I'm just staring at myself. So like when I hear a name like Julian, the only thing I thought was King Julian from Madagascar. So I have to say that because I don't get to see your face. So like now I just was picturing King Julian's face while you were talking. That's just a little inside my mind right now. No, my relationship with Joe's great. I think. Each of us has, especially as a skill position, when we're going through meetings like we just had and just little tidbits that he says to each person. And it's crazy. His mind is crazy. His football mind his football IQ it's off the charts, honestly. It's something that is reassuring for all of us because we're like, okay, nice. Like if we get this coverage, he wants us to do this. He expects us to be there, and we're going to do it. And we've talked about it. We haven't necessarily seen that on film, but if it happens, and sometimes it happens in a game, it's like, all right, dope. Like we knew this was coming. He knew this was coming, so we're gonna adjust accordingly. But that presence, having that presence in the huddle, having that presence on your team, having your leader and your quarterback, just again, he's Joe Cool, man. He's out there just like cool as can be, just knows where people are going to be, knows how defenses are going to react to certain things, and just throwing dots out there is, he's the man. He's the man. It's. I'm glad he's in our locker room. That's for sure.
Lewis, go ahead.
Hi, CJ. This is Louis Grasso with WRHU New York. First of all, my mom is a life coach and a motivational speaker, so I love your positivity, and I think it's going to help you guys definitely. And I've seen on social media that Bengals fans are celebrating the Super Bowl by shotgunning and chugging Cincinnati Skyline chili. Now, being drafted by this organization in 2015 and riding with the fans for all this time, after seeing something like this, what kind of energy are they bringing to rally behind you guys ahead of Sunday?
Oh, I mean, shoot! You saw the 30,000 that were in the jungle to send us to give us a send off. That was incredible. It was also, I mean, I don't know how none of you were probably there. It was freezing cold. I was out there for like 15, 20 minutes. Is that how long were we out there? 20 minutes? The pep rally? Yeah, 20, 30 minutes. I was freezing. Those dudes they were out there for a couple hours. I was stuck in traffic for like an hour and 15 minutes, and I live 10 minutes away from the stadium. So yeah, that gives us a lot of juice. We're happy that they have our back. I did not hear about the shotgunning, the chill. That's reckless. That's awesome. I love it. I'll take a bath in chili. I was talking to somebody else. They said, "Yeah, I'm going to take a bath in the chili if we win." So I'll join them in that. But it's amazing. It's the feel around the city is amazing. The buzz is amazing. Having them have our back and support us the way they have been is. It really is a lot of fun to be in the city right now.
Probit.
Hi, CJ. You've been here for a long time, since 2015 with this Bengals franchise. I wanted to ask, can you just talk about your emotions to finally be here, get this thing full circle in the Super Bowl, and then talk about your relationship and how that's grown with some of the guys like Joe Burrow on this offense to get here?
I mean, I've been here for a little bit. Like a long time just makes me sound old. But yeah, it's been a ride. It's been a ride for sure. I haven't really gotten to reflect on it too much. I know I kind of talked about my parents in one of the pressers and had a moment with them a couple days ago, just thanking them and kind of reflecting on that and our journey together. And it's crazy. It's crazy that when I think about it and think about the ride it's been in Cincinnati, it's amazing. I couldn't be more blessed to be in the position I'm in. And then my relationship with the boys is, after the game, I got to hug TB and Jesse and talk to Joe Mixon and guys that have been here, before Coach got here, before Coach Taylor got here, and just share that moment. It was amazing. Just because we know that the work that we put in, the downs that we've had, the seasons that weren't in our favor, and to be where we're at right now, to work as hard as we've worked to help some of the guys that the new guys and the free agents and things like that really buy into the culture and buy into what Coach Taylor is wanting to instill in this organization is it's awesome. It's awesome to think about. It's awesome to reflect on for sure.
Joey, go ahead.
CJ, this is Joey Knight with the Tampa Bay Times. Mitch Wilcox is from our backyard. Could you just speak to how he's progressed in his 2 years in the organization?
Joey, you got a nickname like Joe Shiesty out here, or is it just Joey for you?
It's just Joey for me.
All right, cool. Just had to ask. No, Mitch is the. I'll tell you this. Mitch is athletic as crap. Don't cuss again. And he's like a little brother to me, to be honest. I love messing with Mitch. Mitch loves messing with me. He's fun to have out at practice. He's always just running around full speed no matter what. So yeah, his progression as a tight end in this league is, when I went down 2 weeks ago, I was excited. I was excited to see him play and see him step up and the moment not be too big. He was just like, all right, got it. Like, I've been preparing for this. I've been studying. I know what I need to do. I know the job that needs to be done. And yeah, he's really come a long way from his rookie year. That's not to say that he was a project or things like that, but he's just made huge strides, in the tight end position as a whole.
Caleb, go ahead.
CJ, I'm sorry if my internet shut down on me on that very first question of yours earlier, but I wanted to ask you about when you've been asked about the knee brace. You said it was a prop brace. When you ripped that off and the fans went crazy and the stadium went crazy, what was that moment like for you? And I also want to know if somebody put you up to that or if you just thought of it.
No, so I did think of it, and I thought about it with I call him my second family. I call him my family actually. With one of my best friends who just had a baby, and he was thinking about way different things than I was. But I was talking to him and his family about it, and I didn't know how it was gonna go. I didn't know what I was really gonna say to rip it off and throw it, but. Franchise was getting MVP chance, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna step this up, so I'm just gonna rip this off and toss it off rip and see what happens. And it was awesome. I'm glad it was well received. And I didn't see coach's reaction at the moment, but I saw it on film, and he was probably like, "What in the heck is this man doing right now? Like, is he serious?" But I thought it was awesome. I'm glad it was well received.
Gonzalo.
Hey, CJ, here Gonzalo from Loja in Argentina. First of all, congratulations for making it to the Super Bowl. My question is, you have been one of the most tenured players in this team. You have been since 2015. What it means to you to get through all this journey these years at the franchise, and what it means to you to reach this point of playing the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's huge. It's again, it means the world to me. It again, like just reflecting on this and reflecting on, it's. I don't think about it too much because I'm like, oh, nice. We still have a job to do, right? The job's not finished. We still have to go out there. We have to execute. We have to win a game. But being alone in my room and thinking about, man, like again, like what would 6-year-old me say to 29-year-old me right now? One, he'd be super pumped that I'm in this position, and two, he'd be like, all right, you better go out there and win this thing and get the Lombardi Trophy, get you a ring, and go celebrate with the boys. But it's incredible, man. And being one of the older guys on the team, I'm putting that in quotes because I'm not old. But to be one of the older guys and be kind of one of the vocal leaders to them and to the media and to to the organization is it means the world to me, to be honest.
Inigo. Inigo, are you there?
Hi, CJ. This is Inigo from Spanish Bowl, Spanish Media. How are you, man?
Doing great. How are you?
Great. Thank you. You, as a Nigerian descendant, have an interesting opinion, I think, with this. NFL is expanding this year to different markets, UK, Germany, Spain, and of course, Africa. What potential do you see on these markets and also finding talent in these countries?
Oh, I mean, I found out, I think yesterday when I was getting rehab that there's approval to play in Germany, and I was like, wow, that's great. Like that's amazing, right? Soccer is a sport that I've watched for years and years. Proper football for you, maybe. I don't want to misspeak and say soccer, and people be like, Americans. But it's something that my father played and grew up playing, and something that I've watched since I was a little kid. And I know that it's it's the beautiful game, right? It's around the world. Everyone plays, everyone watches, and for American football to expand and be received overseas and for little kids to be playing or want to play or aspire to play at the highest possible level it's huge. And so shoot, I'm hoping that it keeps growing. I'm hoping that, like you said, and not just in the countries that we mentioned, but I hope it becomes kind of a worldwide phenomenon where people are like, yo, I want to play football. I want to, give me some pads, give me a football, give me the pigskin, and let's go out there and throw the football and try to get this done. So, yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that question, and I hope that it's something that. Again, it's not going to happen overnight, but I hope it's something that's a step-by-step process that we can make happen.
Jake?
Hey, CJ, good to talk to you again. How you doing?
Doing well. Who is this?
Jake, I spoke to you on Monday. I was your last question. You remember? You told me make it a good one.
Yes, and it was a good one.
Thank you. How you doing?
Doing well with yourself.
I'm good, thank you. So I was talking to some of the coaches the other day. I believe that was Tuesday. I specifically talked to James, your tight ends coach. He was saying how unselfish you guys all are, and especially you in particular. What is it that you and your fellow tight ends go out there and do that you think makes you so unselfish? And what is that mindset?
Another good question. Let's go. I love it. First of all, I'm going to shout out James real quick. James is awesome, and I think some of that and some of the things that we talk about, some of the things that we go out there and do, and the way that we are because of him. I don't know. I think it's not just us. I think the team in and of itself and the players that we have are unselfish, but I don't know. The tight end it's a gritty position, man. You got to go out there. You got to block the ends. You got to, you got to maybe block a 3-tech that loops out sometimes. You got to be in and pass, bro. You got to know the protections. You got to know all the route concepts. You got to know the checks for the route concepts if that comes about. So we're just out there having fun, man. We're just out there knowing that we have to know pretty much everything that Joe knows on a little bit of a lesser scale for sure. But we're just out there blocking as much as we can to spring a touchdown, catching a pass if we need to, running interference if we need to, clearing something out. I don't know. It's for us. It's not about our stats. It's not about because there'll be games where we don't catch a pass, but we run for 200 plus yards and we're like, all right, well, we were a part of that. So I don't know. I think that's kind of where the unselfishness comes. It's not just us; it's the whole team. But I think as a position, that's probably why it is the way it is.
Anthony?
Hey, CJ, congrats on a great season, man. I just wanted to ask you about you being one of the very few holdovers from the previous regime, one of the very first players that Zach Taylor signed in free agency. What does it mean to you to kind of be one of those select few and him trusting you to be a leader on this team?
Yeah, it's huge. Again, like I don't know if you were in here earlier, but talking about like ripping the knee brace off and having to go after franchise in our send away. But I think that's, to me, that is very indicative of what he and the coaching staff and the organization feels about me. And yeah, I don't think about it too much. I'm just like, oh man, I'm gonna go out there and try to give the speech of my life. But I think it's awesome that they see me as that leader. They see me as someone who can be counted on, trusted, and I have the respect of them and my peers in the locker room. So yeah, it means the world, honestly, when I think about it. I try not to think about it too much, but it's very nice.
Tailgate?
Hi, CJ. Sending a lot of support from the UK for Sunday. With how amazing you've played this season, how excited or nervous are you to play in the Super Bowl?
I got to ask you first and foremost, what club do you support?
Football or soccer?
Your football, soccer.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh no, soccer.
Soccer, Liverpool.
Oh, next question. I can't with this. Liverpool? Are you kidding me? We're a Chelsea team over here. No, I'm stoked. I'm excited. We were talking about it as a team. We're like, man, we're one of the two teams right now, along with the Rams, who's played the longest season ever with the new rules and stuff and the new schedule. So, we've got one game, and that's kind of been the talk. Like we don't want this to be all right, nice. Like this is, people are saying, it could be a fluke, it could be Cinderella, this or that. No, it's we want this to be the cap off of an incredible year, an incredible season, an incredible ride and journey, and the blood, sweat, and tears that we put into this, and through the injuries, through the the sports adversity. So it's huge. It really is. We're treating it normal. Our mentality is this is another game that we get to go out there and play and win. But at the end of the game, we're going to be filled with emotion because this is the biggest game that you can play in as a team in the NFL. So yeah, we're pretty jacked for sure.
Ben?
Yeah, CJ, we don't need you reminding everyone you're a Chelsea fan, number one. It's very kind of you. Some of us are Arsenal sufferers over here. Secondly,
disgusting.
All right, so we need to clarify one thing. How serious are you, number one? So two-part question. Number one, how serious are you about the Skyline Chili bag? Because Twitter's booming right now.
Twitter's booming right now?
Oh, yeah, so I put it out there. People are very interested.
Let's go. No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I talked to I was on a podcast, PMT podcast with Big Cat, and he said he was going to do it, and I said I'll join you. Easy, 100%. I'm wearing swim trunks, but you put it in a swimming pool, I'll dive in there and I'll eat my way out.
That's a little too graphic, but I appreciate that. Secondly, so back in June, speaking of your beloved Blues, I asked you about, y'all winning the Champions League, and you talked about your vision of celebrating. That's been retweeted a ton about that. Have you thought about that? The fact that you said that back then, and it's kind of come up now, and you guys are one game away from potentially doing all the stuff that you talked about?
Yeah, when was the last time Arsenal won a Champions League?
We don't even talk about this.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Sorry. Yeah, I couldn't remember. No, I do remember that because it's been getting retweeted and kind of put online again. I think about that a little bit for sure. I think about the celebration. I mean, of course, like I want to manifest that, right? So I have that positive image in my head of, hey, this is what's going to happen. We're going to go out there. We're going to win. We're going to celebrate. We're going to bring the trophy back to Cincinnati and celebrate with the city. So I think about that all the time. I think that's my image of it. I'm not really sure what other guys in the locker room think about or visualize or things like that. But that is that's how right? Like celebrating with your boys, celebrating the hard work that you put in for 6.5 months now, from the start of OT or from the start of camp. Not even mentioning OTAs that we had. Yeah, it's something that I think about a lot, for sure.
This will be the last question, and we'll go to Caleb.
Oh, we gotta get a good one.
Hey, CJ. Can I make it a two-parter question as the last question?
I mean, yeah, as long as it's a good one.
All right. So the first question, a lot of fans on Twitter, piggybacking off of Ben going to Twitter there, a lot of fans on Twitter say that you've got a future in the WWE. Would you consider that future after football? Is the first part of the question.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm considering everything right now. So yeah, I would. I didn't even think about that when I did. When I did what I did. But yeah, one of our guys, Doug Rossfeld, also said that. So I thought about that last night a little bit. So yeah, for sure, I'd consider it.
The second part here, you may have seen yesterday, Rob Gronkowski came out and said if there was one quarterback he would consider playing for, it would be Joe Burrow. I'm just curious if you know or have a relationship of any sort with Gronk.
I do not know. And people were kind of, there were like pros and cons, like positive and negative things about him saying that. But who wouldn't want to play with franchise right now? I mean, Odell even said something about you look up cool in the dictionary, it's a picture of Joe. Like that is 100%, right? But I do not have a relationship with him currently. I'm hoping to talk to him a little bit, after we get the job done this weekend. But no is the shortened answer.
All right. Thank you very much, CJ. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.